Picture this. You're standing in your kitchen at 75 years old, the familiar hum of life all around you. The scent of fresh basil drifts in from the garden you've poured your heart into for decades. Every leaf a testament to years of care. The walls are a gallery of memories, framed photos of grandkids grinning year to year. A faded Polaroid from your 50th wedding anniversary. A snapshot of that time you caught a fish bigger than your arm. Sunday dinners are sacred here. Your dining table practically sags under the weight of roast chicken, mashed potatoes, and laughter that spills into the evening. It's your kingdom, your sanctuary. So when someone floats the idea of leaving it all behind, not for a sun-soaked condo by the beach or a cozy cabin in the mountains, but for a nursing home, your gut reaction is instant. No way. Over my dead body. That was me, just 2 years ago. To me, nursing homes were where freedom went to wither, where life shrank into a dull parade of bingo nights, lukewarm soup, and hallways painted in shades of beige despair. But then, life threw me a curveball I couldn't dodge. A slip on the back porch, a fractured hip, and suddenly, my kids were circling like worried hawks, insisting I couldn't keep going alone. Against every fiber of my stubborn soul, I said yes to a nursing home. What I found there didn't just catch me off guard. It flipped my entire world upside down. And honestly, I've never been more grateful for a plot twist. Let's get real for a second. Nursing homes don't exactly top anyone's list of dream destinations. For most of us, the phrase alone conjures up a grim slideshow. Sterile rooms with flickering fluorescent lights, meals that taste like cardboard, and a slow, inevitable slide into frailty. I carried that baggage too, built from years of whispered horror stories from friends, snippets of bad news on TV, and those depressing movie scenes where the elderly stare blankly out windows. I wasn't just skeptical, I was downright terrified. I'd spent my life building something, raising a family, tending that garden, hosting those loud, messy dinners, and the idea of trading it all for a twin bed and a shared bathroom felt like a betrayal of everything I'd worked for. But here's where the story pivots. After moving in, I didn't lose my life. I stumbled into a version of it I didn't know existed. That place I dreaded? It wasn't a prison sentence. It was a launch pad for a chapter one never saw coming, packed with surprises that made me rethink everything I thought I knew about growing old. Now, I'm not here to paint some rosy, unrealistic picture. That first night, lying in my new room, staring at a ceiling that wasn't mine, I felt the weight of doubt pressing down hard. Had I just signed away my independence? Was this the beginning of the end? But as the days stretched into weeks, something shifted. The stereotypes I'd clung to started peeling away, revealing a reality I hadn't dared imagine. I found freedom, not the kind I'd lost, but a new kind I didn't know I needed. I found friendships that rivaled the ones I cherished in my youth, care that lifted burdens I'd carried too long, hobbies that sparked joy I'd forgotten, and a sense of safety that wrapped around me like a warm blanket. These aren't just buzzwords, they're the 5 unexpected benefits that rewrote my story, and they could rewrite yours too. So, whether you're mulling this over for yourself or wondering about a parent, grandparent, or friend, hang with me. This isn't a sales pitch, it's a front row seat to my journey. Over the next sections, I'll unpack those 5 life-changing reasons, how I rediscovered independence in a place I thought would steal it, forged bonds that lit up my days, leaned into care that gave me back my strength, picked up passions that made me feel alive again, and found a security I didn't know I was missing. These aren't theories, they're moments I've lived, lessons I've learned, and truths that might just make you see nursing homes in a whole new light. Ready to dive in? Let's start with the first surprise. How a place I feared would cage me ended up setting me free in ways I never dreamed possible. Benefit 1. Rediscovering independence, the ripple effect. I left off talking about how independence in a nursing home wasn't what I expected. It wasn't about doing everything myself, but about having the freedom to choose what I wanted to do. That shift didn't just stop with painting or book club. It grew. One day, I decided to organize a little art show with the other painters in our group. Back home, that would have meant hauling easels, worrying about snacks, and stressing over cleanup. Here, the staff helped set up tables, and all I had to do was hang my crooked watercolor of a sunset and bask in the compliments. Clara, My knitting friend took it further. Her weekly group started making blankets for a local shelter. She'd always loved helping others, but at home, she didn't have the energy to coordinate it. Here, she had support and a team. That's when I realized independence isn't just about time, it's about possibility. Free from the grind, I could dream bigger, and that set the stage for the friendships that kept surprising me. Benefit 2, building deeper friendships beyond the surface. Those friendships I mentioned, they weren't just casual chats over terrible coffee. They deepened in ways I hadn't anticipated. Take Tom, my late-night Navy buddy. After that first sleepless night, we started a routine. Every Thursday, we'd grab decaf and swap tales. He told me about storms at sea. I shared how I once accidentally set off the school fire alarm during a class. We laughed until our sides hurt, and soon others joined us. It became Tom's Table, an unofficial club of night owls trading stories. Then there was Mary, 76, who'd lost her daughter years ago. One afternoon, she opened up during a card game, tears in her eyes. Back home, I'd have shied away, too awkward, too heavy. But here, with time and trust, I listened. We all did. That night, she hugged me and said, "I haven't talked about her in years. Thank you." These weren't just friends, they were a lifeline, pulling me into the next gift. Care that went beyond the basics. Benefit 3, receiving care that lifts burdens, a deeper lift. The care I described earlier, help with buttons, a listening ear, kept evolving. One morning, I woke up with a stiff shoulder that wouldn't budge. At home, I'd have powered through, wincing all day. Here, I mentioned it at breakfast, and by lunch, a physical therapist was showing me stretches. It wasn't just reactive, it was proactive. They noticed things I'd ignored, like how I'd started shuffling instead of walking. A few sessions later, I was stepping livelier than I had in years. Emotionally, it deepened too. After that day with the nurse who listened about my wife, I started talking more. Not just venting, really unpacking the grief I'd boxed up. The staff had a way of making it feel normal, not pitiful. My kids saw it too. My daughter said, "Dad, you're lighter, like you again." That lightness wasn't just relief. It was fuel for the hobbies that kept unfolding. Benefit 4, finding new hobbies that light up the days, unexpected twists. The hobbies I'd rediscovered, like painting and cooking, took on new life. That art show, it wasn't a one-off. We started a monthly gallery, and I even sold a painting, $10, but still. The cooking group got ambitious too. Last month, we tackled lasagna for 20 people. I grated cheese until my arms ached, but the laughter around the table made it worth it. Then I stumbled into something new, storytelling. During a talent night, I told a funny story about my teaching days. The room roared, and now I'm the go-to guy for a good yarn. Frank's piano skills inspired me too. I tried the harmonica, terrible at first, but with his encouragement, I'm getting the hang of it. These weren't just distractions, they were sparks, reigniting parts of me I thought were gone, and they tied right into the safety that wrapped it all together. Benefit 5, feeling safer than ever, a full circle. That safety net I talked about, call buttons, staff check-ins, became more than convenience, it was freedom. One stormy night, the power flickered, and I didn't panic. Back home, I'd have been up checking windows, worrying about candles. Here, the staff handled it, and I slept through the thunder. Edith, my friend with the guardian angels, put it best. I used to fear the night. Now I enjoy it. It hit me during a health scare too. I had a dizzy spell one morning. Nothing major, but enough to rattle me. Within minutes, a nurse was there, calm and steady, checking my vitals. At home, I'd have waited it out, scared and alone. Here, I felt held, not just physically, but in every way. That safety wasn't the end. It was the foundation for everything else. So here we are, at the end of a journey I never thought I'd take, let alone share. When I first moved into the nursing home, I was bracing for the worst, losing my freedom, fading into the background, becoming just another face in a crowd of forgotten stories. Instead, I found something I didn't even know I was missing, a second wind. The 5 benefits we've explored: rediscovering independence, building deeper friendships, receiving care that lifts burdens, finding new hobbies, and feeling safer than ever. aren't just perks, they're lifelines. They didn't just make my days better, they made me better. And if you're reading this, wondering if a nursing home could ever be more than a last resort, I hope my story has cracked open a door you didn't know was there. Let's be clear, nursing homes aren't perfect. There are tough days, moments of frustration, and times when you miss the life you left behind. But here's the thing, those challenges exist everywhere, whether you're at home or in a care facility. The difference is, in a nursing home, you're not facing them alone. You've got a team, a community, and a safety net that catches you when you stumble. And sometimes, that makes all the difference. If you're still on the fence, I get it. Change is scary, especially when it feels like you're giving up control. But what if it's not about giving up at all? What if it's about gaining something new? A chance to live fully, even as the years add up. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just take my word for it. Visit a nursing home near you. Talk to the residents, not just the staff. Ask them about their days, their friends, their hobbies. Listen to their stories. Really listen. You might be surprised by what you hear. And if you're already on this path, whether for yourself or someone you love, hold on to this. A nursing home isn't the end of the road. It's a new beginning. It's a place where life doesn't just continue, it evolves. And sometimes, it even gets better.